History may never determine if he was a better fighter than Dempsey or Lewis or a few others, but no boxer ever dominated the sports scene like Muhammad did.
I'm a pitch of confidence. I'm the greatest thing. I'm the resurrect of the fight game.
You are.
If it wasn't for me, the whole thing would be dead.
Quickly, he turned boxing upside down. Quickly, he became a spokesman for a rapidly changing society. But few messengers had this kind of appeal.
We look at Miss World, we see white. We look at Miss Universe, we see white. Even Tarzan, the king of the jungle in back Africa, he's white.
The boxing ring was always too small to contain the force of this personality. He became so much more than a gifted athlete. His following cut across every human category. He was loved by the old, and he was loved by the young. Ali's former business manager, Gene Kilroy.
Muhammad Ali is an individual who always had time for the poor, the powerless, the depressed, the deprived. I remember one time at the training camp, a little boy came by, and Muhammad asked him, "Why are you wearing a skull cap? It's so warm out." And the kid took the hat off, and he was bald. He said, "I'm sick, and I'm going under chemotherapy." And Ali said, "What's wrong?" He said he had some type of cancer. And Ali said, "Well, you're going to be okay, and God will look out for you, and I'll pray for you." Well, about 2 months later, I got a call, and the boy's father said, "My son's in University of Pennsylvania Hospital, and it's just a matter of time." So Ali, the next morning, he and I drove down the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and when we walked in, the little boy was laying in the bed, and the little boy said, "Muhammad, I knew you would come to see me." I said, "Ali, I'm going to be with God, and I'm going to be able to tell him that I know you."
He will be remembered for his boldness, for his elementary poetry, modern literature that was meant to make you laugh.
Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Young man, run. Hit and run away and live to fight another day. Well, if you want to lose your money, then bet on Sunday.
Muhammad was a lousy poet.
Ali trainer, Angelo Dundee.
But the thing is, it was different. It was unique coming from a fighter. In fact, the Poet Society wanted to meet him.
No one ever got such enjoyment out of predicting future triumphs.
This will be the greatest prediction in the history of all boxing. Not 4, not 6, but 5. I've never been wrong. I predicted round 8 to prove I'm great. Sonny Liston will be all mine in round 9.
And we forgave his ridiculous audacity.
I am the king of the world. Never talk about who's going to stop me. Ain't nobody going to stop me. And I just turned 22 years old. I must be the greatest.
I'll fight that chump in a telephone booth.
I'm a bad man. I shook up the world. I shook up the world.
Even during his nearly 4-year exile from the ring, the result of his refusal to be drafted, Ali remained a human magnet. Ali's physician, Bertie Pacheco.
He was trying to talk to 2 English promoters about fighting maybe in England. And they said, "Well, you've been gone for 3 years. You think anybody remembers you?" And they were in New York on Broadway. And Ali said, "I'll tell you what, how much money have you got in your pocket?" And he said, 1,000, whatever it was. "I bet you that money that I'll get out here at this street corner, and I'll walk to the next street corner. I won't say a word. And if I don't stop traffic by the time I get to the next street corner, I'll pay you the 1,000. By the time he was at mid-block, he was mobbed. By the time he got to the corner, the cops had to come start breaking up people, so the taxis and things had to go through. He was enormous.
Ali will be remembered, too, for his public displays of courage, for his undaunting faithfulness to his religion and to his race.
Even if it means facing machine gun fire that day, I will face it before denouncing Elijah Muhammad and the religion of Islam. I'm ready to die.
We are striving today for freedom, justice, and equality. And as a matter of fact, the whole world is fighting for freedom, justice, and equality.
Boxing writer Bert Sugar.
There's a man who believes, and he was willing to give up everything for his belief. How many people can you say that about?
I've turned down $8 million in movies, commercials, advertisements, endorsements before draft ever came up because of my religious beliefs.
Mr. Clay, when
Muhammad Ali, sir.
Mr. Clay
Muhammad Ali,
or
sir.
Mr. Muhammad Ali, either
Yes,
one.
Just Muhammad Ali.
When you appeared before this commission before, if I recall correctly, you said you were the people's champion?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that you're acting like a people's champion?
Yes, sir.
Daughter, Muhammed Ali.
I admire his consistency in his religion, his religious faith. I admire that more than anything, more than his boxing. He never forgot his purpose. He was saying back in the early days, God gave me this talent to box so I could be an influence to other people.
The number one greeting in my faith is peace, and that is Assalamu alaikum.
Ali was never disheartened by his punishing profession. He wasn't interested in its tragedies. He lived for comedy. Ferdy Pacheco.
When it came to humor, he was the funniest of any heavyweight champion in the world. I mean, funny all the time.
Come on, girl. We in Manila.
He knew how to take a situation and extract the humor from it and put everybody at ease because of that.
And I want to show the world there really ain't nothing to use.
Don't touch me. I'll beat your brains out.
I won't eat none if you don't look at it. Oh, look at that pretty horse there. Oh, is that a white horse? See? Now stand up. Look over there. Stand up. You got to stand up over that field. See the big one right here? Let's go.
Television carried his image around the globe, and it is possible that no one, no head of state, no religious figure, has ever been as famous as this man, Gene Kilroy.
When we were in Zaire, Africa, they didn't know about President Kennedy. They didn't know about Winston Churchill, but they knew Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, Muhammad Ali, they would yell.
Assigned by no nation, universally accepted, he became, in time, a goodwill ambassador.
I'm so honored and happy to see that I have so many fans here in Japan.
Writer-historian Bert Sugar.
He's one of the few who's touched everybody. Good, bad, and different, he's touched everybody. Muhammad Ali, you've got to know about, no matter if you're a sports fan or not, in every country of the world.
Who's the heavyweight champion of the world?
I don't think there's ever been a man who has had, in the last 100 years, such a presence as Muhammad Ali for the world, not for a country.
Can my title be taken without me being whooped? No! One more time. No! That's all I can do.
I always get the feeling that Muhammad Ali is afraid there's somebody's hand in this world he hasn't shaken yet. And he's still out on that course. This is the most gregarious person in the history of the universe.
I am the greatest.
So many have witnessed his glories. So many have shared his defeats. And now we choose to relish what once was. Gene Kilroy.
He tells me about his Parkinson's syndrome, and he said, Gene, it could have been worse. A lot of great people didn't even live to be 50. I'm 50 years old. I've done everything. I've no regrets about boxing. I have no regrets.
We have traveled with Muhammad Ali on a journey that has been more delightful than sad. And the memories of this journey are too sharp to ever fade. Wrote Lee Montville, he made boxing his movable feast. Bert Sugar.
What hurts today, worse than I think anything, is that those people, myself included, who've grown up with Ali, see him as an older man, which means we're older. So we blame his being old and our being old on him. And I think we should be more charitable to the man who gave us so much in his youth and kept us young so long.
This is the legend of Cassius Clay, the most beautiful fighter in the world today. He talks a great deal and brags indeedy of a muscular punch that's incredibly speedy. The fistic world was dull and weary. With a champ like Liston, things had to be dreary. Then someone with color, someone with dash, brought fight fans a-running with cash. This brash young boxer is something to see, and the heavyweight championship is his destiny. This kid fights great. He's got speed and endurance. But if you sign to fight him, increase your insurance.